Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Naveen. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the mutual funds that I'm currently investing in. I've been investing in 3 mutual funds through SIP for quite some time now. All of them are actively managed funds and are from different fund categories such as Flexi Cap, Large and Mid Cap, and Small Cap. My strategy has been to stick to good fund managers and cover the large, mid, and small cap spaces. I have specific long-term goals attached to all the 3 mutual funds, and I have a fairly good idea in terms of how long I want to invest in them, when do I want to exit, and the kind of returns that I'm expecting from them. I recently realized that I had too many mutual funds in my portfolio, so I trimmed them down to 3. I will talk about the ones that I exited later in the video. For now, I want to strictly restrict myself to a maximum of 4 mutual funds at any given point in time. Anything above 4 is a little difficult for me to monitor and keep a track of. I review these mutual funds once in a year and rarely take any action except for increasing my SIPs. Okay, before we get started, a disclaimer. Please note that my intent through this video is to share the mutual funds that I'm investing in. I'm in no way promoting them or recommending you to invest in them. Please do your own research and see what suits your needs and then decide where you want to invest your money. Okay, with the disclaimer out of the way, let's get started with the video. The first one on the list is PPFA's Flexi Cap Fund, the flagship equity fund from PPFA's AMC. So this fund was called Parag Parekh Long-Term Equity Fund until December 2020, but the fund name and the fund category had to be changed because of SEBI's guidelines for multi-cap funds. So I've been investing in this fund for a little over 4 years now, and it has been an extremely rewarding journey for me. Now, PPFAS has been a relatively unknown AMC until last year. People started knowing about it only in 2020 because of its flagship fund's outstanding performance. There are 3 reasons why I like this fund and invest in it. The first one is its capability to invest a part of its AUM in foreign equities. PPFAS invests around 35% of its AUM in foreign companies, mostly the US. This is one of the reasons for the fund's outperformance in 2020. As you may know, US markets were at record highs in 2020, similar to Indian markets. The second reason why I like this fund is because of the transparency that this fund house maintains. For example, they conduct a unit holders meet every year and welcome all sorts of uncomfortable questions from unit holders with a smile on their face. You should go see how they handled a barrage of questions on ITC last year. Their fund managers are also part of a Telegram group where they reply to queries directly. I don't know of any other fund managers who would be ready to interact with unit holders and answer queries on platforms such as Telegram. So that's about transparency. The third reason why I like this fund is because it truly believes in the concept of long-term investing. The PPFAS website clearly states that this fund is not for people whose definition of long-term is 1 to 2 years. They expect you to invest at least for 5 years and not get perplexed with the ups and downs in the market. Now, this fund appeals to me because of these 3 reasons and has the highest allocation in my mutual fund portfolio. I plan to continue my SIPs in this fund for one of my long-term goals, which is 20 years away. The second fund that I invest in is the Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip Fund. This is a large and mid-cap fund. I started investing in it around the same time I started investing in PPFA's Flexi Cap Fund. However, the performance of this fund has been much more consistent when compared to PPFA's Flexi Cap Fund. I have also observed that this fund is really good at downside protection too. Now, this fund completed 10 years in July 2020 and has delivered a CAGR of 21.5% since inception. Just to give you an idea, if you would have invested 10,000 rupees when the fund started in July 2010, you would have made 70,000 rupees as of December 2020. Now, another interesting fact about this mutual fund is that it doesn't accept lump sum investments. In fact, it stopped taking lump sum investments back in 2016 and also restricted the SIP amount to 25,000 per month. And recently, they've reduced the SIP amount even further to 2,500 per month. The fund house said that they did this to consolidate the inflows into the fund in a graded manner and to give better experience to investors. It's comforting to know that this AMC is thinking about unit holders and is not chasing AUM. So anyone planning to invest in this fund can invest a maximum of 2,500 rupees per month through SIP only. I also like the investment style of the fund manager Nilesh Surana, who has been managing this fund since inception and also happens to be the Chief Investment Officer at Mirae Asset Mutual Fund. He is one of the successful fund managers and is well regarded in the mutual fund industry. Now there are a couple of downsides that I see with this fund. The first one is that the AUM has soared past 11,000 crores. So it's a little difficult for the fund manager to be as agile as funds with a much lesser AUM. The second downside is that since the SIPs are already capped at 2,500 rupees per month, I can't step up my SIPs every year like I do with my other mutual funds. While I'm a little worried about the AUM, I plan to stick to this fund because of the fund manager Nilesh Surana. Okay, so the next fund that I invest in is Nippon India Small Cap Fund. This fund was earlier called Reliance Small Cap Fund until Nippon took over the AMC business of Reliance. I started investing in this fund when I started earning. If you have seen my other videos, I had mentioned that I invested 1,000 rupees in a fund on and off. So this was the fund that I started my mutual fund investing with. I started investing regularly in this fund after I saw an interview of Sunil Singhania, the then fund manager of this fund. I was really impressed by the way he presented his thesis behind investing in companies. He, however, quit and went on to start his own investment company sometime in 2018. The new fund manager for this fund is Samir Raj, and I think he has been doing a really good job as well. Now, in addition to these three funds, I dabbled into a few other funds in the last 4-5 years. I used to invest in ABSL Frontline Equity Fund, but stopped investing in it because I wanted to reduce the mutual funds in my portfolio. The other one is a small cap fund called DSP Small Cap Fund. I started an SIP in this fund in 2017 and stopped it recently because I didn't want two small cap funds in my portfolio. I'm routing the funds from this mutual fund to Nippon India Small Cap Fund. Now, if I were to give you an idea of how much I invest in each of these three funds in percentage terms, it's going to be 40, 30 and 30. For example, if I'm investing 1,000 rupees every month, I invest 400 rupees in PPFAS Flexi Cap Fund, 300 rupees in Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip Fund, and 300 rupees in Nippon India Small Cap Fund. The allocation to PPFA's Flexi Cap Fund is a little high, but that's because I'm getting an exposure to foreign equity through this fund. I want to add one more fund to my portfolio, but that one is mostly going to be an index fund. I haven't been able to figure out which fund it's going to be yet, but I hope to be able to do that in the coming months. So that pretty much covers all that I wanted to share in this video. What do you think about the mutual funds that I'm investing in? Do share your views in the comment section. And if you like this video for whatsoever reason, do click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Until the next one, take care and stay safe.